Hey guys, this is Not Lammers of Invoked101.
And Mia Lammers of Invoked101.
And today we're doing our first Q&A for the channel and for Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. We put out questions on Instagram, I asked people on Facebook, and I also asked on Duel. So we got a lot of places with some questions.
It's just a few. And of course you can always leave questions down in the comments below and we'll try our best to answer those as well. Who wants to start?
You start. You have them pulled up, so
okay.
I have to grab mine.
Alrighty, so for our very first Yu-Gi-Oh! Related question we have, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's important.
Was that the question?
No.
Okay.
Is ketchup edible?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes because I like it on my fries.
I had it last night.
Alrighty, but no, in all seriousness, but that really was one of the questions, I swear, it's right there.
Alright.
What is your least favorite Link monster? I'm gonna go with Firewall.
Firewall.
Firewall
Easy.
gets banned.
Either I don't like Firewall and I don't like Gumblar. Gumblar is kind of mean, but I think without Firewall, Gumblar isn't as bad. But it seems there's a theme of Link monsters that point up, down, left, and right. Like they have like the 4 points. Seems that Link monsters like that are really, really annoying.
Strong.
Not strong, just annoying.
Alright, your turn. You have the question?
Yeah, I got a question. So, a question was, who is your favorite person to duel? And do you want to answer, or do you want me to answer first?
Well, let's both answer, but I'm gonna say you, because, okay, when I was in college, I dueled against my friend Noah. Noah, praise Karibo. If you see this. And he was hilarious to duel against him, but all in all, my favorite person has to be you. You taught me the game, and even whenever we have more of our serious, like, more competitive duels, like, I still always, like, enjoy learning from you and stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and say you.
I think you're definitely my favorite person to duel as well. Because you and I, we usually have a pretty good time when we duel. I do also like dueling against Panera Dan. Panera Dan's pretty fun to duel against. He's become, like, he's really good at the game. Like, he knows how to play his decks, and he's pretty knowledgeable. So.
And he's hilarious.
He is hilarious, but he definitely knows when to sit down and take it. So, I like dueling against Panera Dan as well.
Alrighty, so not a question, but somebody says that they love us and to keep it up. Thank you. We really appreciate, like, each and every one of you that watches our videos. Even if you're not subscribed, it's supporting us, so I just want to give, like, a huge thank you. Thank you. It means the world to us, in all honesty. Question is, what is one word that you would use to describe Yu-Gi-Oh! The best?
Oh, this is a you question. You answer it and then I'll answer it.
If I'm talking about the community, I have to say I've met some nice people, but I'm gonna use either salty or toxic to describe the community, because yes, there are some really great people out there, but there are some really mean people as well. But if I'm gonna describe the game, I'm gonna either use competitive or fun, and competitive can be fun. So all in all, it's a great game to just take your mind off things and to, like, connect friends. So I'm gonna go ahead and say my number one best word to describe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fun.
Mine's difficult.
It is really hard to keep up with the game. Yeah,
it's super hard because you gotta keep up with all the stuff. You got to know how chain links and timing and all that stuff, and then you gotta know how cards interact. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, spell speeds. And then on top of that, you have all the extra deck mechanics, which is something that is, like, unique to Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, I completely agree. I'm still learning spell speeds. Do you want to go?
Yeah. So this question is our one question from Duel. So, where is it? I think this is it. Yeah. So our question from Duel is, who's the nicest and who's the rudest Yu-Gi-Tubers you've interacted with? If you haven't interacted with any, who would you think based on what you know about them?
Alright, so no trash talking other Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, Yu-Gi-Tubers are not trying, but you know, just to answer the question.
Yeah. The nicest one, I'm going to name a few, because they're kind of small. But the first one, definitely Yugi No.
Wait, for nicest or mean?
Nicest. These are the nice ones. I've interacted with like 4 or 5 Yugi-Tubers, but they're all usually pretty small. But I did meet Yugi No at the Tulsa Regional last year.
He was incredibly nice.
Super nice. I told him, because he was actually in a chat that I was in. He was in a group chat that I was in. And when I told him who I was, he was like, "Oh my god!" He come up to me, gave me a big old hug. We took a picture of the two together.
We didn't expect it. I can put the picture at the end of this video, but like I was super surprised. It looked like he was having a bad day. I mean, it is regionals. Everyone's like on their edge. They got up really early. They drove multiple hours to get there, and so the moment that Nod was like, "Hey, I know you," and he just bear hugged him immediately.
This was right when he was quitting too, right when his Yu-Gi-Tube career had started to fail. Not fail, but when he started to like close it.
Rest in peace, Yugi No.
Yeah. The other ones I've interacted with Legacy Crusaders. His name's Benji. Super cool guy. I love interacting with Benji. I'm actually going to have him on the channel soon, and we're going to do a commentary video. So he's super nice. If you want a guy who's super knowledgeable of the game and knows how, he knows how everything works. It's crazy.
Legacy Crusaders is his channel, right?
Yep. And then of course another really nice one. This guy's real small though, and he doesn't upload too much. Alpha Penguin Soldier.
We can put their links down below
in the description if you want to check them out. Hooked us up with Madolches. He's actually going to be on the channel soon too. He's doing a Dark World deck profile for me. I still love that Dolce deck. It is my child. Yeah, so super cool of him. Hooked us up. Oh, he also hooked me up with a bunch of Evil Swarm stuff. So super great guy. Do trades with him all the time. And then the one who I think would be the rudest, there's a guy named Sladra. He did a Yu-Gi-Oh! Hot or Not video that caught him a lot of flack, and to my knowledge, he lives in the States, but he says he plays in the OCG, which is really strange. This is just like what I've been told and what I heard, and from stuff that I've seen in his videos. But I would think that he would probably be the rudest one if I had to put a nail in it, because I've heard good things about other larger Yu-Gi-Tubers like DZ and oh, you know what? Team APS would probably be a cool one to meet. Yeah. I hear they're super nice. They always seem really, really nice. But yeah, Sladra would probably be the one that I have to... I also kind of feel like rank 10 might not be the biggest fan of fans, you know? Like just the way, but... I have one to throw out there. Okay. I think one of the rudest channels ever is Invoked101. Oh my god. Like, he is so mean. That's kind of true, though. I am a little mean in person. A little bit. Alrighty. Alright. Last one from the Instagram. Do one of you use Blue Eyes? No. It's expensive, and the only person that we know that has Blue Eyes is his friend Devin. Oh, Spoonie has it. Oh, Spoonie does. Well, yes. But those are their decks. Yeah. And I've traded away all my Blue Eyes stuff. I actually had a vast majority of the stuff. Like I had a Sage and 2 Ancient Stones and Dragon Spirits and stuff and Melodies and everything. I had a lot of it, but I ended up trading it away because I knew I was never going to get alternatives. So. Yeah. We thought about building it, but it was just expensive and now it's even more expensive with the bingo machines. So it's just out of the realm of possibility right now. Maybe someday, but currently we're a little strapped for cash. If you back us on Patreon. Well, maybe you should say that, or if you back us on Patreon, link is in the description of every video now. Please at least go check it out. It would help us so much. There's so many opportunities where you guys can interact with us. So you helping us can help you interact with us and do more fun things like voting on what video is going to go up next. It's just, there's a lot of great things. So at least go check it out. Please and thank you. Another one from Facebook is what is the most underrated deck in your opinion?
Phantasm Spiral.
Phantasm Spiral.
Phantasm Spiral.
Yeah.
And Naturia, make Naturia meta again.
But no, Phantasm Spiral is super underrated. So I did a deck profile. I took it and I played against Dark Goki and won, which was pretty nice. Phantasm Spiral is a pretty dope deck. I feel that the version I have built right now, which I haven't shown off yet, I've taken it down and played it against a few people, but I haven't put it up on the channel yet because it's just slightly different. It's not super different.
Yeah.
I love that deck. I think that it's super underrated because you can't Widow Anchor stuff, so it has a good Sky Striker matchup. The guys are really, really big, and the Heat Wave.
Yes,
Heat Wave is insane. And activating the traps from their hand, and one of them's like one is a built-in infinite impermanence from the hand, and then another one is just like a Regeki break from the hand. Very versatile deck. It's 2 cards away from being broken. Yeah, no, I've seen you like play in casual and competitive tournaments, and it does so much better than I should have taken it to Tulsa. Yeah, so I'll take it this year. Let's be honest, I always say in the meta they do not expect you to have something like Phantasm Spiral. So they won't side deck for it, they won't put anything in there to like stop it. And having something that just is all normal, so anything that's like you can't special or normal effect monsters, you don't care. Yeah, I play that. And the fact since you play that on them, it's very powerful. It's also about to get better. We're getting a draw card called a Pot of Indulgence because Phantasm Spiral does not use its extra deck, so it can get some draws. There was another deck that I think is a little bit underrated. I think Skull Servants are slightly underrated, but with the new zombie stuff, I don't know anymore because zombies could totally do something, but I don't think that they help too much with Skull Servants. But I do enjoy Skull Servants. I think they're a tad bit underrated, at least casually. Next question is, what made you guys get into Yu-Gi-Oh? That's actually kind of similar to the one I have, which is what made you start Yu-Gi tubing. Well, we'll do that one after this, because I honestly think they're completely different. There's a huge difference between what gets you into the game versus what makes you brave enough to go on the internet and express your ideas for the game. Okay, so what made you get into Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, and I think you should start this because you started first. What made me get into Yu-Gi-Oh is when I was a kid, I had a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I actually didn't watch the show in its entirety until I was in high school. So when I was a kid, I had some of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The one I remember most is Manga Ryu Ran and Cyber Laser Dragon, because Cyber Laser Dragon was my first card ever. And when I got older and I actually got into my freshman year of high school, I met a few of my friends who played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I didn't have many of my cards left. I just had like this one little deck box full of like some cards. And then I met my best friend at the time. He had a whole bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and that actually is what turned into my first version of my Cyber Dragon deck, which would later evolve into the 27 plus decks that I own now. So my friends did it, and also like I just like the community aspect of it all. Oh really? Kinda sometimes. I was like, that sounds like a lie to me. I like talking to people about the game. Yeah. For me, straight up, my boyfriend, Alamau, made me play it. I kept telling him that I hated it and I didn't want to play, and I thought it was awful, and then he kept telling me that I should continue, and then at some point Vendreads came out, and Vendreads were just amazing, and I loved everything about them in the beginning, obviously. Yeah. Now they kind of hurt my heart a little, because they have so much potential. But I gotta be honest, the reason I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, other than the fact that he wanted me to play Yu-Gi-Oh, was because Vendreads. And I had such a passion for that deck that I didn't care if I won, if I lost, I just loved playing it. And the reason I kept with it after Vendread started getting worse and worse with each wave of support was the fact that I realized I started making connections off of the fact that I loved this game. Because when I was in college, I didn't know anyone, and I was shy and afraid and scared, and then one day the Alistair Link monster
was revealed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that day. Because
Yeah.
I freaked out.
And I remember because you called me in college and I was like, I can't talk. But there was these two guys in my culinary class that were apparently talking about the card, and I was like, hey, are you guys talking about Yu-Gi-Oh? And then we became like best friends. And honestly, this game brings so many connections that, I mean, even if you aren't into the game and you're just into the show, the fact that you're in this community it's just great whenever it's not with the people that are toxic.
Yeah. You want a question for? Oh yeah, what made you start Yugi tubing?
He made me. No.
Yeah, as for her, I kind of dragged her onto the channel. But for me, what made me want to start Yugi tubing is that I was good at Yu-Gi-Oh! And I had a lot of decks, and I noticed that people watched deck profiles, and I was like, I can do that, that's easy. And I was like, sure, so I did that, and then...
In the beginning, this channel was called Team Northwest Warriors.
Oh god, that was awful.
Yeah, well, he had all his friends on there that wouldn't actually upload, and he hardly uploaded, and it was bad. Like,
it was pretty bad.
I watched some of your guys' stuff, but...
If you dig deep enough, they're still there.
I tried to support, but I just couldn't. It was awful.
There was like no thumbnails.
No, there were thumbnails on some of them, but they were like the outrageous, like, what is going on?
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
Invoked101 didn't start until I called him one day and I said, hey, you're really into this game and you graduated from high school and you no longer have the opportunity to play with your friends every day like you used to. What if you tried to get back into Yugi tubing? And he didn't seem as interested in that point. I was just kind of like, you have so much potential to like bring this channel into like your life, even if it gets big or not. You can use it as a way to just still be involved with the game that you absolutely love. He didn't really seem all that interested in going on with it. At this point, he had completely stopped Team Northwest Warriors. Oh my lord. And then he asked DZ to review his channel.
DZ did this video called Roasting My Subs, and he looked at my channel and was like, this sucks. And I remember, because I was on the live stream, he actually cut a little bit of the bit where I was on there out of the video. And yeah, I was like, you know what? I realized that she was right, that the channel wasn't exactly how I wanted it, so, and I was the only one doing anything, so I was like, I'm gonna just completely redo everything, and I've changed the banner for the channel like 3 times.
Yeah.
So, but the icon has stayed the same. I like the profile picture.
But yeah, so I only came in kind of at first I was just kind of trying to help. I didn't really know much about the game still. I had only been like a few months into the game, so I didn't really know. So I tried to help out as much as I could with ideas. And then as I started to learn about the game more, it seemed like I became more of a manager where I was like, hey, you need to upload today and you need to get this video out now. And then eventually he taught me how to edit. And turns out I'm a lot better at editing than he is. Yeah. No offense. I'm sorry, and I love you. So I now help him manage, and I help him with ideas. I help edit, and sometimes I do the thumbnails. So my role in the channel is like slowly stepped up, and now I'm a face. Hi! That I get to jump on in a few videos and do a deck profile every once in a while. So I never felt like I was a Yugi tuber. I felt like I was more of a helper, like someone that just kind of gets featured on the channel.
Do you have more? Do you have another one?
I do. I have a lot of questions actually.
Okay.
Do you play any other card games?
Yes.
Super Fight.
We do play Super Fight. We actually play a lot of card-based party games.
Nothing TCG.
Yeah. I do have a Magic deck put together, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I tried to do Magic, but it's really expensive. And when I tried to get into it, no one wanted to play Magic, and almost a year later now everyone plays Magic. Yeah. So, seeing as Scrap for Cash, please help us on Patreon. I decided I'm not gonna play Magic. At least not until I'm able to afford it.
I haven't touched my deck since I built it last year.
Oh no, you've played a few rounds.
I've played it, yeah, but I don't put anything into it.
Yeah, true.
I haven't, unless like it was like a card given to me by a friend, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But outside of that, I haven't messed with my Magic deck. I was going to play Weiss with Gurren Lagann, but I didn't have anyone to teach me, so I ended up just wasting some dollars on Gurren Lagann cards. But I pulled a shiny card and it looks nice.
Do you have any more questions?
I have, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing for a little over a year now. Let's see, because you started teaching me around, I'm going to say about a year and 2 months. Just a little over a year.
I've probably been playing for 5 or 6 years at this point. I did take a month break when Flames of Destruction and Dark Saviors came out. I took a break around that time because I knew that Goki Nightmare was going to be a problem, and it still is a problem. But aside from that, I haven't taken too many breaks from Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've been playing pretty consistently for 6 years. But I have been playing competitively for only 2.
Alrighty. What are Nod's and Mio's favorite cards / decks?
Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon is my favorite card ever.
I got him a mat.
Yeah, she got me the Shining Victories Sneak Peek mat.
So pretty.
And not only does it have my favorite card ever on it, Shining Victories is a set that when I was in high school, that was like the set. And all of us bought it. We opened up probably 4 boxes worth of Shining Victories packs between us when we were in high school. So just like a Shining Victories mat with my favorite card on it, it has so much like emotional value to it, and I can't thank you enough because I love that mat. Once we get the setup going again, that is the mat that I plan to have in every single video. And then as far as decks go, Invoked is my favorite like little deck engine, but Windwitch Artifact Invoked is probably my favorite deck. And then DDD, and I like ABCs a lot. I like ABCs a lot.
They just need to get
rid of Firewall.
A back to at very minimum 2.
Yeah, we need 2 A's.
Yeah. Favorite card and deck for me. Ooh. Okay, so I've never actually thought about this. When I was in the beginning of playing and learning and everything, my favorite deck was obviously Vengeance because, dear God, I loved that deck. And then people used to joke that Naturia Strawberry was my favorite because I used to, when I played casually with my friends, if I got Naturia Strawberry in my hand, I'd be like, you lost, and they'd be like, crap, I lost. Game 2. Just because, like, I don't know, I was like, Naturia Strawberry, obviously boss monster. But I don't think I actually have my heart set on like a favorite card. Like I like Naturia Strawberry, I like Hollow Hollow.
That was a pretty good one.
I like Queen Tiramisu.
She's pretty good.
I don't know. I don't think I actually have a favorite card, and I honestly don't think I have a favorite deck anymore, to be honest. Because like I said, Vengeance kind of hurt my soul because they had so much potential, and Konami just kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
But I can say my favorite deck to play right now is Demise.
Okay, remember that if Demise got a spell card, like a ritual spell card that let you pre-prep it, would that be your favorite deck?
I don't know.
Cause imagine how good that deck would be then.
Oh yeah, no.
If you got a spell card that could search Big Demise.
No, it'd be super powerful.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that because Konami would be like, banished. Let's see, do you have any more?
Do I have any more?
Yes.
I might.
Because I have one more.
I don't think I have any more. Nope, I don't have any more.
Okay. My last question is, what are your opinions on sealed versus single products?
Singles will always be better because you know exactly what you're getting. And while some singles range, especially in today's meta where you need 3 Infinite Impermanence, which is $100. You need 3 Ash Blossom, which at minimum is $30. You need all these crazy staples. that cost so much and there's no budget in competitive anymore that but you just have to play them. You do need that, and you can't really take that risk with sealed product anymore. But if you're a competitive player or you're a casual who likes to just build decks and get them done, singles is the way to go. But if you're someone who doesn't care about the game, or doesn't care about the game, if you're a player who is just like, oh, if I pull it, whatever, or if you're a collector, I do think that packs and sealed product is better.
For me, I've always been like skeptical about buying packs and boxes and stuff, because for me, most of the time, if there's a set that I want something, I only really want 1 or 2 cards, maybe a play set of those 1 or 2 cards, and most of the time if I need those, I'll just go to a sneak peek, or I'll go to my locals on a day where I know everyone's going to be buying them, and I'll try to trade for those cards before I buy any packs. My one thing is that Ash Blossom, for example, used to be $80, right? So if you wanted to spend money on a whole entire box, was that like $40?
It was 60.
60? And if you want to like try to pull that makes sense to me. But if you're paying for more to get sealed products than you are to just go online and buy the cards that you need, I don't suggest buying the sealed products, because in the end you're going to have a lot of bulk that you're not going to be able to trade away, that you're not going to be able to sell because nobody wants it, and you're not going to have a place for.
You're going to have a lot of 10-cent commons. So unless you own a game store, you're screwed.
Yeah, no, I never understood the people that were just like, because Ash is like what, 30 now?
Ash is 30 out of Shadows of Valhalla.
See, I don't understand the people that would spend $60 to try to pull a $30 card, you know? So that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, I do think that there are some sealed products that are totally worth buying. Like when Battles of Legend Light's Revenge came out, if you bought a box of that and you're like, oh, I don't care what I pull out of it, then good, because Battles of Legend Light's Revenge was an amazing set and everything. Almost every card in that set was good. But then there's sets like, and also Shadows of Valhalla. Shadow of Valhalla kind of falls into that whole category where a lot of the stuff out of that set is good, so you can kind of justify buying a box. But when it comes to this like core sets like Soul Fusion and Cybernetic Horizon, buying a box of that when realistically you just want the secret rares out of it is kind of unjustified, especially since you only get 2 out of the box.
Yeah, for me, honestly, the only real reason to like buy a whole box is if you are like us and you're a Yugi-tuber, or you know somebody who's a Yugi-tuber that wants to do an opening, or if you are just a huge collector, or maybe if you are one of those people that have what is it called? Well, an Instagram or a TCG player account. If you have one,
a vendor.
If you're a vendor, then that makes sense to like have products just in case, you know, somebody does want some of those lesser valued cards. But other than that, I never really saw the point.
It could be like another thing to buy sealed is like, so say you want to build a low rarity deck, and it's just like, oh well, if I buy the box, I'm definitely going to get all the commons and the rares from the for the deck. Then I could see that as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you can just trade away the other stuff. Yeah.
Well, anyways, that was our Q&A video. If you have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and we'll try our best to answer those. In
another one that we'll do at some other point.
I meant just answer.
Oh yeah, sure, we'll answer them in the comments.
This is your channel, aren't you?
Oh, okay. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video.
Support us on Patreon.
Support the Patreon.
Bye.